Every year, every edition of this useless trophy, this useless award, I gain less and less and less respect. Not gain, I lose more and more and more respect for this trophy we call the Ballon d'Or. Trash, horrible, horrible individual trophy. Why do we take this seriously? Why am I over here recording a video when I supposedly don't care about this award anymore? Why? Because it's so brainless. The Ballon d'Or, France football is so brainless. Every year, it just spirals more into just a crap show. A horror. I'm not gonna say it's horrible. The Ballon d'Or nominees this year stink, and I don't see how they're able to do it. It's actually, we should applaud it. France football, each year you somehow find new ways to delegitimize the trophy more, to make you yourselves look like clowns more. I don't know how it's possible, but you guys just keep stooping lower and lower and lower, and you guys, soon enough, this Ballon d'Or is going to get so crazy. The nominees, who wins, who gets podium, the voting system that seems to change every freaking year, the criteria, it's eventually going to get to the point where everyone's going to get tired of this and no one's going to care about this award. And I can't wait for that day. But because I'm still low-key emotionally attached to this award, because I grew up as the Ballon d'Or being a massive thing, I still haven't been able to fully detach myself from this trophy. But each year I say, oh, it's just the criteria. I don't care about this trophy. It means nothing. It's delegitimized. It's horrible. It means nothing. I say that every year, and then every year I'm hooked back in because they drop some form of stinker that I just have to talk about. I can't stay quiet about. And the stinker this year is the nominees list. The nominees list is well and truly a stinky sack of shit. Baby diaper. It's a baby diaper. It's a baby diaper list. It's a baby diaper list. We're going to go through the list right now. I mean, there's players that were so badly snubbed out. There are frauds like certain Real Madrid players, certain players from other teams that shouldn't be on this list. Favoritism, name recognition, bullshit. Straight bullshit. France football. The French have always been kind of weird, you know. No, I love the French. No disrespect to the French, but y'all just been weird. Always been weird. Y'all always been trying to be different. Stop. Here are the nominees. We'll go through every name. I'm not going to go in depth on every name because I want to go to sleep. I want to enjoy my life, not talk about this dumb bullshit list. First name, stinker already, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham wasn't even a top 10 midfielder in the world. He wasn't even a top 15 midfielder in the world probably last season. So how can he be a supposed top 30 players in the world from last season? You guys, just to refresh your memories, this Ballon d'Or vote is taking into account everything from August 2024 to basically the whole season, August 2024 to the end of the Club World Cup. How in hell is Jude Bellingham on this list? How in hell? Hell no. This guy was stinky last year. And any Real Madrid fan that's sticking up and say he deserves to be here, you're snorting crack cocaine. You're on the fentanyl. Let me know who your fentanyl dealer is. I'll take him out for you. We should get you into some AA meetings because this Jude Bellingham, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He was not even a top 10 midfielder in the world last season. Let's stop this bullshit. Full name recognition, Real Madrid tax, popularity tax. It doesn't matter in the end. In the end, Jude Bellingham, well, he won't even get top 10 in the voting probably. Hopefully, if this award even has some semblance of legitimacy left, guys like Jude Bellingham on this list won't make a top 10. Won't even get anywhere near a podium. But it's frustrating because a guy like Jude Bellingham is so in this nominees list and getting recognition when there's plenty of guys that were snubbed. Plenty of guys that were stumped and not on this list. A midfielder, Bellingham. Let's go midfield for midfield swap. You guys, Musiala, Caicedo, two brilliant midfielders not in this list. Kimmich, Barella. More Kimmich. I thought Kimmich was a lot more impressive than Barella all season long last year. Guys like Musiala, Kimmich, Caicedo, completely snubbed. You could even maybe throw in a Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I think Bruno Fernandes is trash, but a lot of people were supposedly impressed by what he was doing last season. Even a guy like that. But you're putting Jude Bellingham what? Because he has 30 million Instagram followers? Come on. Ousmane Dembele deserves it. In my opinion, he's a front runner with another player on this list to win the whole thing. So he's justified. Donnarumma, best goalie in the world last season. Justified. Desiree Doué. Now, I know Desiree Doué got a brace in the Champions League final. I understand that. And he had some big goals at the Club World Cup. But Desiree Doué didn't fully find his feet in this PSG team until February of this year. So from August, September, October, November, December, August, September, October, hold on. August, September, October, November, December, January. For 6 months out of this whole window, he wasn't necessarily one of the best players in the world. He was still trying to find his feet and confidence at PSG. You're telling me he should be in the top 30 for the entirety of last season? Come on now. Come on now. Let's not turn this Ballon d'Or thing into some participation trophy. Come on now. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Embarrassing. But you know what? It's not egregious because Desiree Doué did have massive moments in the Champions League and the Club World Cup in big moments. So I'm not offended by this one, but a guy like Jude Bellingham here, that one offends me. That one gets my balls shaken. That one gets my blood boiling. Excuse me. Denzel Dumfries, come on. Come on. Denzel Washington. Are we serious right now? We're letting Denzel Washington into the 30 nominees club? What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not some kind of don't know anything that happens in Serie A merchant. I understand. Dumfries is a very important player for that Inter team. And the peak of his season was probably when he scored those goals against Barcelona. That bicycle kick. Brilliant bicycle kick from him in that first leg in the semifinal. But come on. He wasn't even top 3, top 4 right back in the world. Let's stop, man. A guy like Kudne was better than him. A guy like Konrad Leimer, in my opinion, at Bayern was better than him at right back. Why are we lying to ourselves here? Why? Oh, and back to the Jude Bellingham midfield thing. A Gravenberch from Liverpool. What the hell? So dumb. So Dumfries, get him out of this list. Guirassy. Now, I understand the sentiment for having Sergio Guirassy in here. Second top scorer in the Champions League. That Dortmund team was so trash, and he still ended up finishing third or fourth highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga. I understand, but he was not consistent this year. And although he did snack some goals against Barcelona in that Champions League quarterfinal, that should... Is he really a top 30 player? And if we're looking at strikers, was he better than Isak last season? Was he? Was he better than Isak? Was he better than Marcus Thuram? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. So Guirassy, but you know what? Because he was playing in such a trash Dortmund team, I would cut him some slack. I'm not too offended by Guirassy being in this one, but there are strikers here snubbed that could potentially be in over Guirassy. Gyökeres is literally stats tax. He was second in the European Golden Shoe race. You got to have him in the list just because of sheer numbers. You know, and I guarantee you he's not going to hit those same numbers at Arsenal. And I saw a very it might be the most facts TikTok I've ever seen. Someone on TikTok said, "Call me a liar if I'm lying, but Victor Gyökeres is a socially acceptable Bastost." Yeah! Like and repost right away on my TikTok account. Quick repost. One of the quickest reposts I've ever had. Milliseconds. So he's in the over stats. Haaland should not be in this list. He was injured for so many parts of the season. He was unimpressive. He wasn't as clinical as he used to be. Erling Haaland should not be near this top 30 list. If I'm looking at those two strikers right there, Gyökeres and Haaland, easy two replacements for them in this list are Marcus Thuram and Alexander Isak. Quick and easy switch right there. Gyökeres and Haaland out. Isak and Marcus Thuram in. Easy. Easy. Next, Hakimi, valid. I mean, he's had one of the best seasons for a right back ever. He's had one of the best seasons for a right back ever, and he was monumental. A monumental piece of that PSG team, treble winning team. So I like it. Harry Kane, for all the numbers and the performances he had, yeah, he deserves to be in the top 30. Kavicha deserves it. Lewandowski. Now, I've been teetering left and right with the Lewandowski thing because he still was not trash this season for Barcelona, but he had some periods where he was just so unimpressive, so unimpactful, but he did get a lot of goals for that Barcelona team. A lot of big goals in the league, big goals in the Champions League. He was there banging them in. So I'm not mad about Lewandowski. But Gyökeres and Haaland, get those two out, honestly, and get Isak and Marcus Thuram in this list. And now we're talking. Alexis McAllister, deserved. One of the most important players for that Liverpool team. Lautaro should not be here. If anything, no, let's swap this. Let's swap Lautaro Bamtinez for his teammate Thuram because let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it real, guys. Lautaro ghosted for Inter until what? March of this year? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 8 months. 8 months. What did he do? What did Lautaro Martinez do for 8 months? But he shows up in March, April, May. For what? For 3 months. Come on. Again, why are we making this into some sort of piss take participation trophy? Nomination? What the hell? Mbappe. Horrible start to the season for Real Madrid. But to be honest, he was probably Real Madrid's best player, second best player last season. He put away the goals, even with that Real Madrid team being so ass, so uninspiring. He still put up a 40-plus goal season. Mbappe deserves to be here, but nowhere near the podium, maybe not even top 10. McTominay. A lot of people see McTominay and that's the first name that should be chucked out of this list. No, guys. He's a Serie A winner. He was voted Serie A. He was awarded Serie A MVP, Serie A Player of the Year. So I'm pretty sure the Serie A Player of the Year should be on this list. So I'm not mad at Scott McTominay. Scott McSauce, the Scots up the Scot. Come on, lad, passion. Slide tackle. I'm not mad at McTominay being on this list. Nuno Mendes, deserved. Best left back in the world. Best left back in the world for the whole season. Although it was Alphonso Davies for a bit, once Alphonso Davies tore his ACL, Nuno Mendes 100% best left back. So important to that PSG team, and just not a left back. He's just a baller. João Neves deserves it. I mean, he was a big part player in that PSG midfield. Workhorse. He was like a rabid little dog with rabies, a raccoon with rabies, running around the field, tackling the ball, getting it back. That's how I see João Neves when I would watch him play. Just like some rabid raccoon dog, desperate for the ball. Michael Olise, 1,000,000,000% deserves it. Stepped up big time in the absence of Musiala after he got injured and became the creator of the team. Big time stepped up. He's one of the best players in the world right now, as we speak. He deserves it. Cole P. Now, if the Club World Cup didn't happen, chuck Cole P. You got to chuck Cole P out of this fucking list if the Club World Cup never happened. But like I said, going into the Club World Cup 2 months ago, they will use this Club World Cup as a way of boosting people's profile for the Ballon d'Or trophy, as a way of getting people in to the nominees list for the Ballon d'Or, for performances at the Club World Cup. And Cole Palmer won player of the tournament, scored a brace in the final, beating the Champions League winners PSG, treble winning team PSG in the final. I can't hate on it because, bro, we expected, the Club World Cup to play a factor in the Ballon d'Or this year. So I'm not surprised. And it's valid. He was the player of the tournament. Fine. Whatever. But if you're taking his whole club season into account, I mean, Cole Palmer from December to May was atrocious. Let's just keep it real with each other. Cole Palmer was awful for 6 months, 7 months. So I'm not forgetting that Cole Palmer, but you were so good in the Club World Cup. Respect, you deserve to be in your Pedri. For me, this is my Ballon d'Or winner right here. This is the guy I want to see called out onto that stage to touch that little individual golden ball. Pedri should be the Ballon d'Or winner. From day one of the season to the end of the season, he was the most consistent, highest level performer. In that Barcelona team, he was the heart and soul. He gave life to guys like Lamine Yamal and Rafinha in that Barcelona team to do what they were able to do. Guys like Lewandowski, giving life to guys like Lewandowski to be able to score the goals that Lewandowski was able to score this season. Pedri is the heart and soul of that, was and is the heart and soul of that Barcelona team. He should lift that Ballon d'Or trophy. I don't care. Sure, you could say, oh, well, PSG won a treble, Dembele, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. Cool. And I wouldn't be mad if Dembele wins, but deep in my soul, I truly believe Pedri should be the one lifting that Ballon d'Or. Right below him, Rafinha. Insane Champions League campaign. Insane goal-scoring campaign total overall for the whole season for Barcelona. Having an insane breakout season. Deserved. Absolutely deserved. Big moments in the Champions League. Big moments in the league. Declan Rice? Let me take a sip of water. Declan Rice? D. Rice? What? 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 Why? Yes, he scored those two world-class free kicks against Real Madrid. Please don't tell me that's the reason why he's in this list. Because again, like I pointed out with Jude, another guy who doesn't deserve to be in this list, by the way, Declan Rice. What the hell? And as I pointed out with Jude, all the midfielders that were snubbed from this list: Caicedo, Kimmich, Musiala, Gravenberch. You could put a Barella in there. What the hell? What the hell, dude? Declan Rice. Oh my God. What are we doing? Again, France. What's wrong with French people? What's wrong with these French fucks? These caviar cunts? These Paris pussies? The baguette bastards? What's wrong with you French people? What is this nomination list? Declan Rice? Over Kimmich? Caicedo? Gravenberch? Musiala? Barella? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Fabian Ruiz, cool. But to be honest, out of all these PSG nominations, along with Desiree Doué, Desiree Doué and Fabian Ruiz don't necessarily need to be in this list. Throughout the whole entire season, the midfielders I already named that got snubbed were honestly more impressive than Fabian Ruiz. The same names I just said: Caicedo, Kimmich, Musiala, Gravenberch, Barella. Barella is actually debatable with Fabian Ruiz, but oh my! I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Mohamed Salah, cool. Had an insane first half of the season, but let's be honest, Mohamed Salah from January, February to the end of the season was half the player he was in the first half of the season. But he was so freaking good. I mean, he went on a legendary run the first half of the season in the Premier League. Like, I have like one of the most generational runs in the Premier League era, scoring and assisting. I think, what was it, halfway through the season in the Premier League, he had been involved in 75% of all of Liverpool's goals in the league. Ridiculous. Virgil van Dijk, one of the top center backs. And guess what? The only center back on this list. The only center back in this list. That's also wild to me. Are you kidding me? Let's take a PSG player, for example, Desiree Doué. You could easily swap Desiree Doué out and put his teammate Pacho in. I mean, Pacho is one of the biggest snubs from this list. 1000% Pacho is completely snubbed from this list. Shocking. Shocking. Guys like a guy like Bastoni, completely snubbed. A guy like Upamecano, who was brilliant for Bayern. He was world-class for Bayern all season. Snubbed. Yeah, it's just hard to comprehend. It's really hard to comprehend. And then we get to another stinker. Vinicius Jr. Let me take another sip of water. Vinny? 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 This guy was ass all season. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. Trash. Garbaggio. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit player. And remember that shit. And you know, one of the most embarrassing fall offs from in a season ever, also. Remember after the Ballon d'Or, I'll play 10 times harder for it. Vinny, really? Really? That was you playing 10 times harder? Embarrassing season for Vinicius. I mean, he's not even a top 50 player in the world based off last season. The fact that he's in here in the top 30 nominees, and because of his Real Madrid tax and popularity tax, I could see him getting a top 10. That'll make me lose my mind. That's going to make me lose my mind. Vinicius Jr. Wasteman player this last year. Wasteman. Playing like the fucking Mandem in the cages of London, bro. What the hell? Below him, Vitinha. Deserved. Second best midfielder in the world this past season behind Pedri. Can't complain. Florian Wirtz. Again, I don't see how Florian... I do think Florian deserves... I do think Florian Wirtz deserves to be in this list, for sure. He was probably the best Leverkusen player last season. I just had a stroke. He was one of the best Leverkusen players last season. He had another quality year, and that's why he got a big move this year. It was either to Bayern or Liverpool, and he ended up going to Liverpool. I think he should be here. But, for example, in his own league, he wasn't the best number 10. Jamal Musiala was the best number 10 in the Bundesliga. Jamal Musiala was the best number 10 in Europe this whole year. It's just a shame that he got injured towards the end of March, middle of March. And no, towards the end of March, he got injured and he had to miss the rest of the season. It's just a shame that that happened. But he won Bayern Player of the Month 4 times. He was carrying Bayern through August, September, October, November, December, January. For 6 months, he was carrying the creative burden of Bayern's attack. Because although Michael Olise started off hot at Bayern, he had a 2 to 3 month adjustment period. Harry Kane was trying to get going for the first 4 or 5 months of the season. Musiala was carrying so much of the creative burden for Bayern the first 6 months of the season. And then in February, when Kane and Olise finally meshed perfectly well together with Musiala, and they finally hit their stride and form as a front three, those three up front together, it was the strongest Bayern looked that season. It was when they absolutely mopped the floor with Leverkusen in the round of 16 of the Champions League, when everyone was choosing Leverkusen to beat them. So for, Musiala for me is one of the biggest snubs. Now, I understand he got injured in March and he didn't play basically April, May, June, and July. I understand that. That's 4 months out, but he was outstanding for the other 6-7 months. He was outstanding for the other 6-7 months. So how come a guy who's outstanding for 6-7 months isn't nominated here, but Wasteman, Mandem, like Vinny, Jude, Declan are in this list? Gyökeres, Haaland, Dumfries, Martinez, Lautaro Martinez. Why are they on this list? Insulting. Absolutely insulting. And then the final name on the list, Yamal, justified. I mean, do I have to say anything else? So when I'm looking at this list, the players I think should not be on it are Jude, Doué, Dumfries, Gurasi, Gyökeres, Haaland. Who else? Haaland, Lautaro Martinez. Going through to Declan Rice. Honestly, I'll keep Fabian Ruiz in there. Vinicius. 9 players on this list should not be in here. Potentially 10, but I'll keep it at 9. And from those 9 players, imagine we take them out. These are 9 players that 100% deserve to be in this list here. For my own team, Kimmich, Musiala. Then you go into Kai's baby, Caicedo. Marcus Thuram for sure. Pacho. Valverde, the only Real Madrid player that should be on this list. Federico Valverde should be here. Gravenberch, we're at 7. 2 more. Off the top of my head, 2 more. Off the top of my head, what's in Upamecano could be here. Really, in my opinion, Upa can be here. Barella can be here. That's 9. Easy. That would be a much stronger nominees list. But instead, we got popularity tax, club tax, name tax, nonsensical tax. I mean, some of these just make no sense. Even from a popularity club standpoint, it just makes no sense as well. So every year, my respect for this thing declines more and more. This list was a joke. This list was awful. And, I can't wait to see the voting, honestly, because I better not see waste men like Jude, Vinny, Declan, Dumfries anywhere near that top 10. I better not see that shit, bro. Because, I won't really care if the truly best players get that top 10. Pedri, if Rafinha, Yamal, Olise, the PSG players, Vitinha, Dembele, etc. If those guys make the top 10, all right, cool. It is what it is. But it's just the nominees, the recognition these players get instead of other players that deserve that recognition more than them. It's just frustrating. It pisses me the fuck off. And every year the Ballon d'Or, France football, just continues to top themselves in their bullshit every time. And I was truly in my heart and soul done with this award show thing after Lewandowski was snubbed in 2020, honestly. But they just keep reeling me back. It's like they're rage baiting. They're purposely rage baiting us to care about this thing. Fuck you. It's been your boy Okage.